gas station. Alright, I'll show you around the GTO. And got me my carbon fiber roof. And in fact, so when I was first assessing the car's damage, I was like, okay, so we only really are gonna have to paint the hood. I was thinking, so I already, dang, I just washed that to keep the dirt off of it. Well, I don't plan on using the brush against the car. Ah! Well, anyways, I had this idea. Hey, we'll just sand down the damage and wrap the roof. That way we could quickly just respray the hood, because the car was black, and then I could paint the skyline, was the plan. Because the plan was to paint the skyline midnight purple, or maybe even midnight purple too. And in fact, the paint shop took way too long to get the color changing thing, so I never got around to painting the skyline before I had to leave back for Ohio. But anyways, so I bought some carbon fiber wrap for the roof and wrapped it, and that was a disaster. It took me like 10 hours, and it looked good, but it looked fake. You know what I mean? It didn't have any sheen to it. It was that textured carbon fiber, like the 3D stuff, so it had texture and depth. Which, when you look at real carbon fiber, it doesn't have that much texture and depth. So I experimented with several different carbon fiber wraps, and then eventually came up with my own. I didn't make my own wrap, but I used an Avery Dennison brand 2D wrap, and then I used, there it goes again, then I used a 3M clear gloss wrap to give it a good carbon fiber effect. I like the orange markers. It's very JDM. I was thinking about smoking them out along with those and blacking them out. I might still do that because I am growing very, very fond of this all blacked out car. All right, give me some soap for the hood, please. Hey. So this tire size, 245, 45 R17, is the exact same. And when I mean exact same, I mean the very exact same size as a 315 35, which is why when I mentioned putting staggered tires on, why I wasn't worried about it fooling or messing up my all-wheel drive, because the all-wheel drive won't even know that there's 315s in the back. So if I was going to keep it, I would put, and I still think I'm gonna do it, even if I don't keep it, I would want to put a 99 front end on it. I don't know if I would put the combat spoiler on it, because I do like my active arrow, which is stuck in the up position right now. I took off the front active arrow for two reasons. One, it kept scraping, because this car is already effing low. But what was the other reason? Oh yeah, so we had this cold snap last winter where it got to like negative 10 degrees or negative like 14 degrees or something like that. And so I was starting up all the cars and this one overheated sitting in my driveway, and I was like, oh my God, what the F? And so I took the front spoiler off because I was pressure testing the cooling system to see if I had any leaks or leaky freeze plugs. Luckily I didn't. It just overheated that one time. When I had it in the garage, we couldn't, I mean, everything held pressure. We couldn't get it to leak. We couldn't get it to overheat. And I was like, well, that must have just been a freak thing. Now, before I put my mitt all over my wheels, I probably should spray off my wheels while this soaks. Oh, we haven't even done this side. Ah! It just spit all over me. So imagine it with 10.5-inch deep dishes and a big fat tire. And man, see, I hate, since I've already repainted it, just to swap the entire front end, because I'd have to get a new hood, new headlights, new bumper. Like I said, I might want to put it on those front wide body fenders. They have a scoop right here, which I really like. It reminds me of like a 599 Ferrari, which I already think this is a very Ferrari-esque looking car, which is why I liked it when I was a kid. That's definitely sexy now. Twin turbo. I like these. I don't know if I would switch to the 99 scoops if I switch to the 99 front end. I might just do a 99 front end and leave it Gen 1 back end. We'll see, because like I said, because I painted this car and effed up a couple of times, it took me over a month to paint it, because I kept on having to redo sections because I didn't do them good enough. And with black paint, that's real easy because black always matches. So if you F up, you just sand it down and redo it. So I don't know if you guys remember, this piece right here is like primered metal. And my first plan was to carbon fiber wrap it. So I carbon fiber wrapped the roof. I carbon fiber wrapped that trim piece on the front bumper. I'll show you. And I carbon fiber wrapped this. And it looked decent, but like I said, it was a fake looking carbon fiber wrap once it was on there, and I wasn't happy with it. And I was going to redo this in carbon fiber wrap, but I was getting tired. I was sick and tired of working on this car, and I needed to get it back to Columbus, Ohio so I could sell it. And it sold. I just couldn't get paid. You know, I'll wait. After my wheels, I'll do the tailpipes. I hydro dipped the tailpipe covers in carbon fiber. They look really cool. This was when I originally carbon fiber wrapped. Now it's painted. This is a really good solution for this. I like this. All right. We'll rinse this off, wash the wheels, clean the wheels, and then we can go to Cars and Coffee. Rinse, please. I do like my carbon fiber roof. It's cool. I do know that this area gets very dirty. Time to clean the wheels. They got wheel and tire cleaner. A degreaser. Yeah, we'll do that. So this wheel right here, when I was painting the wheels, I started on this one, and my buddy was like, "Oh, did you put adhesion promoter?" And I was like, no. And so we painted this one, which is to paint all the other ones have adhesion promoter, but this was painted a year ago. And these were used wheels, these weren't new wheels. These actually came off of my race car. So I don't know if you can see that, but I hydro dipped the brake calipers in a carbon fiber pattern as well. And then the Mitsubishi on top is the tuxedo black, the sparkly black that I used on the rest of the car. All right, let's rinse that. Let's go back to tire cleaner. Well, I haven't heard from my Kentucky buddy yet. This one's hydro dip. Should have showed you before I scrubbed it. Dang, we're already at $10. Well, or $11. So the reason why this lip, why the paint got scratched off this lip is a few months ago, I was driving this car in rush hour and a semi truck. Guess he couldn't see me. I don't blame him. This car's low, but he merged right into me. He didn't do any damage. In fact, the police were like, dude, there's no damage. And I was like, yeah, but he hit me. And they were like, yeah, but there's no damage. And I said, but my wheel. And they were like, yeah, so. Alright. That brake caliper will be hard to clean. Looks good, looks good. Alright, let's rinse this off. Then we'll dry it off. Alright, let's go shut it off before it goes over $12. Then I gotta pay $13. I can't forget this. Where am I gonna put this? Here, let's go move it out here. We'll go dry it.